potential surprises, especially if you happen to find one with an error or in pristine condition. Next up, in 1943, during the height of World War II, the United States faced a critical shortage of copper, which was a vital material for manufacturing ammunition, shell casings, and other military equipment. To meet the demand, the U.S. government made an extraordinary decision. For the first time in American coinage history, the Lincoln penny would be struck from steel coated with zinc instead of its usual copper-based bronze alloy. This emergency wartime measure gave birth to one of the most iconic and widely discussed coins in U.S. history, the 1943 steel wheat penny. The 1943 steel cent retained the familiar design introduced in 1909 by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse side, the coin features a portrait of President Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1943 to the right. The reverse side carries the classic wheat ears on both sides of the phrases 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto E pluribus unum at the top. While the design remained the same as in previous years, the coin's metallic appearance changed dramatically. Instead of the traditional reddish-brown hue of copper pennies, the 1943 steel cents appeared silver-gray and shiny, often resembling dimes to the untrained eye. These pennies were made from low-grade carbon steel and coated with a thin layer of zinc to prevent rusting. However, over time, many coins lost their protective zinc layer, leaving the steel core exposed and vulnerable to corrosion. This is why so many surviving examples today are spotted, rusty, or discolored. Despite their short production run, over 1 billion steel cents were struck in 1943, making them the only regular-issue U.S. coins ever minted, primarily from steel. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 684 million coins. The Denver Mint struck about 217 million. And the San Francisco Mint contributed around 191 million. This high mintage means that 1943 steel cents are still relatively common and easy to find in circulated condition. In terms of value, most 1943 steel pennies found in circulation are worth between 10 cents and $1, depending on condition. Uncirculated examples that still have their original bright zinc coating can fetch anywhere from $2 to $10. Coins in high mint state grades, such as MS-65 or MS-66, are valued at $20 to $60 or more, especially if they have good eye appeal and no signs of spotting or rust. In the absolute highest grades, such as MS-67 or MS-68, 1943 steel cents can be worth hundreds of dollars. Certified examples from reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC tend to command the highest prices, especially if they're labeled with designations like full steps or high luster. Some 1943 steel pennies are worth significantly more due to minting errors and varieties. One of the most famous and valuable is the 1943 copper wheat penny, which was struck in error when a few leftover bronze planchets from 1942 were accidentally fed into the coin presses. These extremely rare transitional errors are believed to exist in very small numbers, possibly less than 20 known examples across all three mints. A genuine 1943 bronze cent is one of the holy grails of U.S. coin collecting, with auction prices ranging from $250,000 to over $1.7 million, depending on grade and provenance. If you ever find a 1943 penny that looks like a regular copper coin and does not stick to a magnet, have it authenticated immediately. But beware, many fakes exist, including 1948 pennies altered to look like 1943, by shaving the curves of the 8 into a 3, or steel cents plated with copper to deceive collectors. Other collectible varieties include repunched mint marks, doubled dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and clipped planchets. For example, a 1943 D with a repunched D mint mark can be worth $50 to $150, depending on grade and clarity. Dramatic off-center strikes, or die caps, are even more valuable to error collectors, sometimes selling for several $100s. Although the 1943 steel cent was only produced for 1 year, its legacy lives on. In 1944, the mint resumed using a copper alloy for the penny, this time recycled from spent shell casings gathered from the war. As a result, the 1943 steel cent stands out as a unique wartime artifact, a reminder of how even the smallest denomination in circulation was affected by the global conflict. In summary, the 1943 steel wheat penny is a fascinating and historically significant coin. While most are relatively common and inexpensive, high-grade examples and rare errors can be quite valuable. Whether you're a beginner just discovering coin collecting